The sky was black, the moon hidden, the wind silent. On the outskirts of Yumibo, a small hut burned like a cursed torch. Inside it, a baby cried. The villagers ran, trying to quench the flames, but the fire roared as though it were alive. When the fire died at dawn, the hut was ashes, but in the center of the ruins sat a baby boy, untouched, unbound, unafraid. It was a miracle. The villagers gasped, "No child survives fire like that. Is he spirit or human?" This is the one from the prophecy. The baby was taken in by an old poor Arab woman named Mama Abai, who had no children of her own. She named him Azu, meaning born from the ashes. Azu grew fast, faster than any child in the village. By age 5, he carried bundles of firewood adults struggled with. By age 7, he could run from one end of the valley to the other without breaking a sweat. By 10, he spoke with the wisdom of elders, asking questions no ordinary child asked. Why do kings fear the poor? Why do people bow to a man who has no kindness? Who decides whose life is worth more? Mama Abai warned him, "My son, wars have ears, and the king's ears are hungry for innocent blood." But Azu's destiny was already moving. One night, a traveler from Okpudo village arrived at the palace, exhausted and dying. He brought a message, "My king, a child survived fire. The villagers say he cannot be killed. They call him the one from the prophecy." King Ojaram froze, then his lips curled into a wicked smile. "Find the boy, bring him to me, alive or in pieces." From that day, Azu's peaceful childhood ended. At dawn, the king's soldiers stormed the village. Azu heard the screams. He grabbed Mama Abai's hand. "Mama, we must run." But she shook her head. "No, you run. You are the one destiny calls. Go. Don't look back." Tears streamed down Azu's face as he fled into the forest. From behind him came Mama Abai's final cry as soldiers seized her. Azu's heart hardened. That day, the orphan learned pain, but he also learned purpose. Azu wandered deep into the forbidden forest of Orochi, where no ordinary human dared walk. Strange lights floated in the trees. Shadows whispered. The wind sang ancient songs, but instead of fear, Azu felt welcome. In the heart of the forest stood an ancient spirit. Tall as a palm tree, dressed in leaves of gold, child of the prophecy, the spirit said, "You have come." The spirit placed its hand upon Azu's head. Instantly, Azu felt strength surge through his bones, fire pour into his blood, and courage awaken in his soul. "You shall face darkness," the spirit continued, "but you shall not fall." Azu bowed, "Teach me, for I must end the wicked king." The spirit smiled, "Then your training begins." Azu trained for years under the spirits. He learned to fight like a panther, to run like the wind, to hear danger before it arrived, to move unseen like a shadow, to wield the blade of truth, a glowing spirit-forged weapon, and to control the flame of justice. Fire that obeyed his will. When he emerged from the forest at age 18, he was no longer a boy, he was a warrior. The world was waiting. Azu began freeing villages from the king's soldiers. He rescued prisoners, broke chains, stole food from the royal storehouse and gave it to starving families. Villagers whispered, "The orphan lives. The prophecy is rising. He is the king's doom." Songs were sung, tales spread, children chanted his name. Azu became a legend, but Ojaram grew more furious. The real war was coming. King Ojaram gathered his full army, thousands of soldiers, iron chariots, war drums that made the earth tremble. Azu gathered villagers, men, women, youths, and trained them into warriors of hope. The final battle was at the Valley of Echoes. Spears clashed, swords roared. Fire and dust filled the sky. Azu fought like a spirit of vengeance. At last, he stood before King Ojaram. The king was a giant, cold-eyed, armored, ruthless. He struck at Azu with crushing blows, but Azu fought with heart, passion, and justice. The battle shook the valley. In the end, Azu unleashed the flame of justice, a brilliant burst of fire given by the spirits. Ojaram fell, his reign ended, his darkness died. Azu freed the kingdom. Villagers crowned him not because he asked, but because he earned it. He rebuilt Umibo with schools, farms, justice, protection, and mercy. He became the greatest king the land ever knew. The orphan who survived fire became the light that ended darkness.